here to stay. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is our hero. So last week, Burkina Faso's authorities, as you heard, announced the arrest of 9 individuals suspected to plotting to assassinate Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the revolutionary leader of Burkina. According to a statement from the Ministry of Security, the suspects described as a mix of foreign nationals and Burkinabe citizens. So you can see that the enemy is within. We know not all the people of Burkina Faso are happy with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We know that those who are hating Captain Ibrahim Traoré, but there are few. And we know that those also who are being paid to make sure that Captain Ibrahim Traoré is removed. You remember his bodyguard was offered more than billions of money to assassinate Captain Ibrahim Traoré, but his bodyguard refused to do so. And recently you heard about some Africans. They call themselves Burkina people who are living in Paris, and some of them living in Italy. They have demonstrated on the streets, chanting that they want Captain Ibrahim Traoré to step down. We know them. We know that those are being paid by these traitors, are being paid by our enemies. But we who are here in the continent, and to those who are in the diaspora, who have a goodwill with revolutions, with Africa, we must come together, we must unite and make sure that we raise our voices and we protect our hero, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. You know what they fear from Captain Ibrahim Traoré? One thing that our enemies fear is the awakening of the sleeping giant. Right now, you have seen, for instance, in Namibia, when Captain Ibrahim Traoré took power, even before the coming of the new president of Namibia, Captain Ibrahim Traoré took control of Burkinabe's minerals and said no more resources will be exported into raw form. That message spread across the continent of Africa. When a new president of Namibia, Her Excellency Madam Natumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, came to power, because things has already happened in Burkina, she take the same steps what Captain Ibrahim Traoré did to take controls of Namibia's natural resources. Right now, we heard stories and news that the president of Namibia want all resources to benefit the people of Namibia, the thing that our enemies don't like. So Captain Ibrahim Traoré has nothing with these enemies. Enemies, what they fear is the awakening of sleeping giants, the awakening of Africans. So if now they have seen that Africans are speaking about coming together, Africans are speaking about uniting, and that's why right now they're trying to do everything to make sure that they put down Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Not because Captain Ibrahim Traoré is a bad people. No, it's because Captain Ibrahim Traoré is awakening Africans. They did that to Patrice Emery Lumumba. They did that to Thomas Sankara. They did like that to Kwame Nkrumah. When Kwame Nkrumah said Africa must unite, it created a lot of enemies. And then they plot coups. Kwame Nkrumah was removed from power. You see? The same to Thomas Sankara. When Sankara said, we are no longer going to pay these loans because these loans that IMF and World Bank are demanding from us or are giving us, these are our money. They took our minerals, they took everything, even our artifacts, the remains of our ancestors are there. So there's no need for us to pay for these loans, but because these are our money. What they did, they used his best friend, Blaise Compaoré, to remove Thomas Isidore Sankara. The same to Gaddafi, when Gaddafi came with the idea of a united Africa, Africa with single army, Africa that will create its own currency backed by gold and other minerals. They said Gaddafi is a bad leader. Gaddafi is dictator. Gaddafi is that and that. At the end of the day, they removed Gaddafi. Right now, we heard the same stories to other leaders. We heard the same stories to Kagame. There are those who said Kagame has stayed in power for too long. Kagame has done this and this. And you know why they hate Kagame? It's not because of the issue of DRC. Kagame has nothing to do about DRC. And those who are beneficiaries of DRC are those who are fearing President Kagame. So they are trying to pollute the image of President Kagame. You see, we have seen some countries are threatening to put sanctions to President Kagame. You see, now they are coming to Burkina, and they fear because if you look the age of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, he can stay in power for more than 50 years. If he may be like Paul Biya is almost 92 years old, the president of Cameroon. Just imagine if Captain Ibrahim Traoré can live the same like Paul Biya for more than 60 years, or more than, let's say, 50 years. So for more than 50 years, many Africans, almost all of us, will be already awakening. That is the fear of our enemies. So they fear that if this man will stay in power for too long, he will awakening many Africans. And that's why they started propaganda, speaking lies, saying Captain Ibrahim Traoré is using resources for protecting himself. We have seen also our fellow Africans, black people like me and you, being paid to say Captain Ibrahim Traoré must go. How is it possible that someone who is living in France want a president who is in Africa to leave? Why don't you speak about your president? Because you are not in Africa. You are in France. Then you are talking about issues that are happening in Burkina. You want the president of Burkina to go out while you are in France. Why don't you come here in Burkina and say those stupid things here? But we have seen, we Africans, we have the tendency of betraying each other. That is our habits. That is maybe within in our DNA, I don't know. But many of us, we betray each other. It's our obvious. I see many Africans, if you look at the history, who betrayed Patrice Lumumba. It's Mobutu Sese Seko, fellow Africans, who betrayed Kwame Nkrumah, the same. Thomas Sankara, his best friend. And we have seen also in Burkina that fellow Africans are being trying to be used. Just imagine. So what we need to do, fellow Africans, brothers and sisters here in the continent and those who are in the diaspora, as I said at the beginning, we need to come together to speak with one voice. Our voice, if we raise, and not just raising only voice, we need to take action to say we are going to Burkina to protect our leader. We are, by any means we can do to make sure that we are protecting our leader, because it's not about Captain Ibrahim Traoré. After removing Captain Ibrahim Traoré, they will not stop there. They will go to another leader. They will not stop there. And that's why I said, the way Africa continent is divided, they will sample one by one. They will punish some of us one by one. Punishment started many years ago. Because of disunity, it is very easy to punish the people of South Africa while the remaining SADC bloc is watching, and we do nothing. They will punish this other people the way they did it to Gaddafi. Just imagine, people are coming to your continent, and we have this, what we call our union, and saying our leaders already on board, on plane to Libya, to Tripoli, to go and speak with those who thought at that time, those bandit who removed Gaddafi, saying, we are going to mediate. We want to understand what is your challenges, what is your problem, why you want to fight Gaddafi. Then some people somewhere else say, don't go there. Don't go there. We have closed the space. And then what happened? Our leaders went back. And what next? They removed Gaddafi. And our watch. And that's where I'm saying, those who thought they are safe, those who thought they are safe because they have beneficiaries of these traitors, they are beneficiaries from our enemies, they are not safe. Our safety is our unity. You are not safe. Just imagine the way Europeans praised Gaddafi, praised Mugabe. All of us will remember they given Mugabe a lot of degrees. Why? Because they tried to make sure that Mugabe will not take the land. But when Mugabe took the land, what happened to him? All of us will remember. You know, we Africans, I don't know who has bewitched us. Because sometimes if you think, you see, we Africans, we have problems. We forget very easy. It is almost 2016, if not 17, when Mugabe was removed from power. You see? Mugabe looks a smart and educated president in the continent of Africa by those who later on said Mugabe is a dictator. Mugabe is not a good leader. Mugabe has been stayed in power for too long. Those people. You see? The same to Gaddafi. They say the same story. Gaddafi is a good leader. When they use you, you become a good leader. If you go against their wishes, you become a bad leader. And that's what's happening to Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has nothing bad thing has done to people, to even those. What Traoré said, we have been staying here. We learn to mine. Now we want to mine ourselves. You have been mining our resources for many years. No one talking about that. So this time we want, we Africans, we Burkinabe people, to mine ourselves. You have helped us to mine. So now we have matured. We can take control of our natural resources. That's what Captain Ibrahim Traoré did. But it looks Traoré is enemy. What's to process my resources? I become your enemy. How is it? You see? Look the way they have been praising Kagame. The same people, they said Kagame is good leader, Kagame that and that. They said good stories. Right now they have turned. They say, you know, Kagame, you have stayed in power for too long. You know, Kagame, you have causing trouble in Eastern DRC. But we know what Kagame did. Kagame took Rwanda from the ashes and changed. Now if you go to Kigali, you'll be wondering the way Kagame changed Rwanda. They think that they are not happy with. So they don't want to see, because Kagame looks like a role model of others. So they don't want other people to do like Kagame. And that's why they are trying to call bad name to Kagame. And we Africans, because we don't think more, some of us, not all, some of us, we have problem in thinking capacities, the way we are doing things. We have some of us, not all. Many of us, we are clever. But some of us, we are not clever. That's the truth. And that's why we are betraying one another. Now we are coming and accept these lies. Kagame is a problem. Kagame is that. Kagame is doing that and that. They think that is not true. Now they have changed to Kagame. They have turned to South Africa. See what's happening right now. What they are saying, there's white genocide in South Africa. And you Africans, you accept those lies. That's just genocide in white genocide in South Africa. Is it true? We are keeping silent. We want even SADC to say what Mr. Trump were being told is not true. There's no white genocide in South Africa. We Africans, we are not defending each other. We are not raising our voices. I don't know why we fear. You know, there's a word that said, if there's a death, if you know there's a death, you have nothing to fear. Because even if you hide yourself, the death will come to you. So I don't know what we fear. To speak the truth. What's wrong to say there's no white genocide in South Africa? What's wrong to say like that? Can people kill you because you are saying the truth? What South Africans are doing is to take control of their land. That's over. If this land, we know all of us, you know, Africans, I don't know what I can say. All of us, we know that when white people came to South Africa, they found the Africans. This continent was not empty, that there's no people living there. Some of our ancestors in different tribes fought to resist, but they didn't succeed because they are so divided. They didn't succeed. They were conquered and colonized. Now we have grown. We are grandchildren. We are saying what happened there was not right. What we need right now, we have stayed with our land, with our properties, with our resources for more than 400 years. Let us now share the land. We want to feed ourselves. We want to invest also. The way Europeans are investing, we want also Africans to invest. But to say so, it's a bad thing. That is not good. You want to kill white people. That's not true. We have lived with white people for many years. Even here, we are living with white people. We are not hating white people. What we are saying, we want all of us to benefit. That's what we are saying. We are tired of being beggars. What do you enjoy that the continent, Africans with all these resources, we went to white people, we went to Chinese to beg, to ask for small things that we can have here in the continent of Africa. So, back to what Traore is doing is a threat. And that's why I'm trying to explain that, see what they fear. And when you wake up, you want your light, you want your self-determination, you become the enemy. I've given example of Sankara, I've given example of Gaddafi, right now to President Kagame, South Africa right now when the South African government want to take the land back. You see, all those are becoming enemy. Now, if you go to Captain Traore himself, now you can understand what others want Africa to be or to stay. They want Africans to stay in poverty. They want Africans not to utilize our resources. They want Africans to continue to be beggars. But for how long will we continue to be beggars? For how long will we continue to be beggars? So the intention of removing Captain Traore from power is because Captain Traore is awakening Africans. We know. Because if it's about minerals, they can access minerals to other people. If it's about gold, they can access gold in other country, not only Burkina Faso. Why Burkina Faso? But they fear that what Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing, if that spirit will reach to Ghana, Ghana will take control of its resources. If that spirit will reach to Uganda, Uganda will control its resources. If that spirit will move across the continent, they will have nothing to control. They have lost controls, and that's what they fear. And if we have been united, right now we have been saying, anything that will happen to Captain Ibrahim Traoré will cut diplomatic ties with those who are being perpetrators. We can say like that. But because we are not united, among of us, we are traitors, we are enemies, and we are being paid, used to destroy our continent. That's what is happening. But all of us, as I said, we need to speak with one voice as Africans. Wherever you are, raise the voice. Share this video to other Africans to know the truth. We want peace. We want Africans to develop. How can we develop while we have this destabilization? So up to that, dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans, let us not speak for too long. I'm waiting to hear from you. Share with us your opinions and also share with us your perspective. Don't forget to like the video. Make sure that you like it, you share it, and also you give your opinion. And if you are new in this platform, please subscribe for more information from us. We are here to make Africa great. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.